So I don't know what happened there, but the game decided it didn't want to load a couple of times. So I disconnected and reconnected and it all seemed to be working. Now, the question will be whether it'll load the game or not. So anyway, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity with me, Supernautus. And hopefully this time we'll get on with the game. What I was going to say, or I was saying before, was that because we did quite a lot of side quests last time, please load, that this time we'll try and do at least one of the main quest line stories. Main quest line stories? That doesn't work. Main storyline quests, that does. Perhaps. A little bit. Yeah, and hopefully any little connection glitches and things like that should be resolved when I have my new internet connection on Friday. In the meantime, we'll use this and hopefully nothing too major goes wrong. So what I did do last time, after I finished, was I did clear a couple of small side quests, just because I thought, you know, we didn't need to play all the side quests. There's still plenty for us to do anyway. There's some caves to visit and some stuff like that. But right now, because I went into the area where is it? This tower is, the Lead and Key Tower, and I got to the door of it and then I realised, wait, this is a storyline quest? I better not do this. And so, yeah, did a couple of side quests to clear them up so that we're not just walking around doing little inconsequential quests. Although each of them is consequential in its own way. Because obviously it helps us to gain favour in the cities and towns that we visit. And helps us level up a bit, which we kind of need to do as well. So yeah, the quest that we're talking about is in the area of Defiance Bay, which was previously shut. You couldn't get into it, which was Heritage Hill, which is full of undead creatures. Well, I cleared out all of those on my run round, so there's not any in the immediate vicinity of the tower that we're going to. But there obviously will be inside, I expect. So yeah, we've already opened up the map for this area. As you can see, the tower is down there in the bottom left-hand corner, and we've been in all of those other places. Or I've been in all of those other places at least. So we shouldn't find too many enemies around, because I've killed everything, basically. I'll take these bits and pieces, although I don't know how much use they're really going to be. But yeah, so the tower we're going into is down here, in that kind of round walled area. So that's where we're going. And we're going to take on this main quest with the Lead and Key people. And as long as we don't go in here and it turns out that we're absolutely ineffective. I'll speak the words I learned from the Acolyte. And the door unlocks. And we're in. No idea what to expect in here. So let's find out together. Okay, so I would guess this has got multiple levels. Oh, we're already being attacked. We really need to kill that because it's casting spells on us. Any ranged combatants we really need to get rid of as fast as possible. The good news is that they don't take very long to get rid of, although I've left that one alive. There we go. The first battle is complete. Okay, I'm just going to adjust something very quickly because it's moderately annoying. So I think we are going to... It's where my chat window appears that I'm trying to kind of adjust. Hopefully that's now a little bit better. Okay, so what can we get here? A crumpled page from Aldhelm's journal. Day 7, a week of study, and we're still none the wiser about this device. Trindig remains optimistic. I don't know what I'd do without his spirit. And this one, Trindig's letter. Dearest mother and father, you'll be pleased to hear that I've learned much already since coming to the city. There are many incredible ruins nearby, and Master Greg has allowed me to accompany him on a number of expeditions. I'm writing to you from inside an ancient Engwithan tower. There's an entire district built up around it, but the locals have mostly left the tower untouched. They've let us set up temporary living quarters here so our work can continue uninterrupted. It's an unsettling place at times, but Master Greg has been a constant comfort, and he's quick to remind me that the things we learn from this tower may one day help us find a cure for Widewind's legacy. I'd better get some rest now. Mr. Greg likes to get an early start to the day. Trindig.
I'm not going anywhere like this.
See, we're already overburdened. Mattress is lumpy and smells of old straw. Whoever slept here last made it neatly. And fairly recently by the look of things. I mean, I could be wrong. So, okay. Anything else in this area before we go into that clearly heavily populated enemy area? Another bed, a cabinet with a robe and some cash in it. I should have just taken the money, to be honest. Take the money! Right, I'm going to send us over here for a minute. And now go. I don't know if this was a great idea, actually. I probably should have. Take it. And now we can take the mage, or whatever he is, a skeletal wizard. Well, that's the first fight
I'm not going anywhere like this.
completed. But there's more. Well, okay, yeah, there's some down the bottom there that we want to take on. An archer straight away. Try and see if we can get in before they all appear. Well, that creature died like instantly. Let's go, they say. I can get more things from this table, so I'll take the potions. And that, and what's this? A page from Aldhelm's journal again, day 2. We've completed our measurements of the machine, thanks to Trindig's youthful agility. Further examination is required to discover its intended use. True. Oh, we could have got there through here too. What is this? Does it... Essence shimmers and pulsates within the strange device. A very strange device. What's it for? Who can tell? But let's head up the stairs to level 2. If this is anything like when we were going down through the dungeons underneath Caed Nua, the enemies might get more difficult as we climb. I don't know, maybe not. I guess we'll find out. Oh, one guy over here. I'm guessing he's not on his own. And this machine comes up through the floor. What's down here? A table or something there. Okay, let's do this. Well, that guy was falling over before we got to him. Oh. Oh, there's more behind us. Fight them. Before they kill our mages or whatever. Where did they all come from? These guys are quite tough. Okay, that one's dead. I just got to keep an eye on my guys as well, because that was actually a surprising little fight. See what's on this table. Another note. Page from Aldhelm's journal. Day 10. Patrons grow impatient with the lack of quantifiable results. They should drag themselves out of their mansions and spend a few nights here if they think it's so easy.
Far like this.
He says. We won't get far like whatever. Okay, so down here there's a table. It's not a way out of the room or anything, but there's something on the table. A sigil of the arcane.
Won't get far like this.
And a letter from Acantha. Aldhelm, I did indeed receive your recent summons. I'd been waiting for you to present yourself on my doorstep so that I could give you my answer in person. A firm and unwavering no. I won't help you. In fact, I relish the idea of you and your team of glorified engineers sitting in that tower sweating over the runes I've studied for years. Nothing gives me greater pleasure than knowing that my research, which you've long disparaged, is the missing piece in your mundane little puzzle. As well, you know, it's knowledge I've always valued. I'm just around the corner. I encourage you to find me should you wish to rehash the conversation in person. Yours truly, Ecantha. Okay. This machine again. The pulling, pounding energy in the machine feels even stronger up here. It does. What have we got over here? Oh, bookcase. With a book and some cash. I'll tell you what I want to do, actually. I want to have a look at some of the items I got, because... What is that? I feel like that's a useful thing for him to have, maybe. And obviously we've got quite a variety of weapons. He can have that. I feel like the rings are quite useful. What is this? A scarab figurine. I don't really think I need that, do I? I just want to see if there's anything interesting, armour-wise, or some crucible plate. I feel like he could make a use of that. So there you go, have that. He has some medium armour on. That could be a better option for him. Let's see. Yeah, let's put him in plate armour, why not? She really needs light or medium armour. I think heavy armour might be a bit of a problem for her. That's a little bit better than what she was wearing already. Weapons wise, I've not found a good two-handed sword in a while. I'm just looking as well at my secondary weapon set, which has a flail in it. That's 12 to 17. And that's the same. So is that. I just wonder if a one-handed battle axe might be better. Not that I use my secondary that often, but I feel like I will drop that there. And he has a bow as his secondary weapon, 13 to 20. No, that's better. But then also, Sagani has a bow. And that is, well, yeah, that's better than her current one. She also has daggers and things as her secondary. But for now, we'll move on. We need to clear out our inventory there. Yeah, we'll take some money. And some more. All the cash we can get. We've got a fireball scroll. Oh. A page from Aldhelm's journal again. Day 11, finally got out of the tower to clear our heads. Beasts, take the patrons. We'll finish the study on our own terms, our own time. Just as I said as much to Trindig, the sky came to life with stray lightning. I said it was a good omen, but the poor lad's spooked. Only cure for that's a good night's sleep.
Far like this.
Yeah, we definitely need to empty our inventories. If everyone wants to come with me, that'd be great. Okay, so that's that floor cleared. Let's move up to the third floor. And see what we can find up here. Oh, we're on the roof. Well, that didn't take very long. That's not much of a tower, is it? So we're supposed to find out how the Engwithan machine works. Standing near the device feels like being blown about by a storm gale. The stone steps hum with energy. Okay. Nothing can be done on there. I'm not so sure. Doesn't appear to be... Oh wait, here we go. Some kind of stone. This is Aldhelm. A man hunches over the strange mechanism, his spine a sharp ridge rising from his arched back. He's barely clothed in filthy rags, and the patches of skin you see are mottled green. A spoiled stench emanates from him. He's so intent on his work that he doesn't notice you until your shadow falls over him. When he turns and sees you, he snarls and scuttles behind the Adra pedestal. Only his bared teeth seem to have escaped decay. His eyes are yellowed and bloodshot, but they flicker with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds a hand in front of his face.
Here. What do you want?
Tell me what happened.
Trying to figure out.
Okay.
Forgive me. Forgive me. Research. We
So he's
came to do research
still got some sense.
on the tower. Some commission from gods. It hardly matters now.
If I had a copper skate for every fool animancer whose thirst for knowledge led to disaster, well, I never would have ended up in Gilded Vale, that's for sure. Stick to the present. When did the disaster start?
Happened on our 11th night.
Oh yeah, that was what we just read.
In the sky and a static charge in the air. But we were so
Well, you weren't careful, were you?
We were staying in the chambers below. Trindig, my assistant, said he saw a robed figure lurking around the tower. They were masked, carried knives
Not good.
at sides. A trick of shadows.
Not good.
The next morning we felt so
It's all gone wrong.
like we hadn't eaten in weeks. So dazed that we didn't at first notice the blood around our beds.
Okay.
The strange wounds that had appeared overnight.
Strange wounds appearing overnight.
And the machine. This cursed
It came to
spire,
life.
dormant for 2,000
That'll be why.
lifeless through hundreds of our experiments, and we wake that morning to find it spinning on its own. On its own!
How can you
How
stop?
could we
Yeah.
what we couldn't start.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, as exciting as the prospect of that may be, I suspect, given mention of a machine and a masked figure, there's another explanation.
I've been doing this. Years. I know how these things work, but I don't know how this happened. Where to go? That's the problem. Their souls are trapped here like flies in a
Because
jar.
it's a cemetery, basically.
Wait.
What does the machine have to do with souls?
No time to slow down. But I can explain. Hold a magnet over iron splinters and they stick. Yes. Rub your hand over rear wool and the hair of your head will follow it.
Yeah.
So it is with this machine.
So it's a troubling machine then.
It has the power to manipulate souls, but why? For what? How many others lie buried in the ruins of Erglanfath? No. Focus on this one.
It's imprisoned our souls.
Imprisoned our souls in our bodies. Cut the root between
Yeah.
essence and flesh. Left a dwindling soul stuck in a
Well, yeah, that's what's interesting. What happened to the rest of the people?
By the time I realized what had happened, the district had already been sealed. So we fed when we needed, and locked ourselves in the tower to work.
Eventually, they'd have to eat each other, wouldn't they?
When the hunger struck, and there was hardly anyone left.
You're not like the ghouls in the street, though.
But I will be. My body is
He's only just keeping grip on himself.
imprisoned in this corpse only makes it seem otherwise.
Hmm.
And as the body decays,
He's going to try and go for us.
does the mind. Until nothing is left but the hunger.
The hunger.
The only way to
Games,
restore
no.
the process is through a regular
He should
infusion
volunteer as
of
tribute.
essence.
But will he?
Flesh is the only ready supply. I'm not proud of any of it. Hunting men
Gosh.
and women in the
Yeah.
early days of the
So yeah,
operation.
they had
Taking
to
off soldiers that came to investigate.
eat and attack and eat whoever came to
I'd do it again.
find them and help them.
I'll do it as long as I must to end this disaster.
Well, you're the only one left, so
You could help. Help me end this. Help me find sustenance.
I'm not feeding. You're not going to eat me. There was a stranger in the tower the night it
I
happened.
didn't see him. My assistant We saw him. We laughed.
Said he was
Said he
spooked by the cemetery.
Perhaps it
I
was
mean, yeah, there is a cemetery right there, so...
I don't know what he did. But by morning, the machine was on and we were slain. People were already on the streets, complaining of neighbors and family members acting strangely.
Okay, so how can I help?
Not your help I need. It's Harridan, shrew.
Oh, the person, Acantha.
Qualities that refuses to make herself useful.
Right.
Runes.
Yeah. Where is she?
Runes are the last part of the puzzle. Acantha knows them.
Right.
She gives them to you.
So we have to get these
Off.
runes from her
Release our souls.
so that we can fix this situation. The Engwithan runes, she can read them. He speaks of this feat so blandly. Let's talk instead to this Harridan. I'd pick her thoughts a time. She wasn't here the night the machine came on, staying with her patron somewhere near. Too good to be burdened with our ignorant company. I'll get the words from Acantha.
Acantha. She was here. In the district.
He sent to bring him something to eat.
Always prepared.
Well, what do you need food for?
That one. And perhaps you'll bring
If you're just gonna die,
something to keep me sharp. Then
he'll show me something to make me strong.
about the machine. Something to make you strong.
Saying a Rautai about feeding sharks. Don't do this. If nothing else, you're liable to lose a hand. Yeah. I don't really intend to feed anybody to him. Right, but where am I going to find this person? Acantha. I'm sure my way to strengthen myself. If I get the command words from Acantha and a source of sustenance for him. Speak with Acantha in Heritage Hill. She apparently knows something important about the tower. So she is somewhere here. Oh, that's that woman. Yeah, I know who that is. I know who that is. There was a woman that's in this area that was keeping people prisoner in her house. I released her prisoners. I hope that's not going to come back to bite me on the behind. And once we've done this, I really need to sell off some of the stuff that I've collected. Because I have way too much. Way too many things. That I do not need to use. Right, her house is up there. So if we go up to her and ask her about the runes, maybe she'll help. She wasn't a particularly nice or friendly person, so I'm not entirely sure she will help. But maybe she will. If she knows that the people who she left to their own fate are all dead, turned into ghouls. If she didn't already know, I think she probably did. And she'll know soon enough. Yeah, she's, or she was, the last time I spoke to her. She was over here cooking. Yes, there she is.
You return. What if you come seeking this time?
The words to operate the Engwithan machine.
That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive.
I could get her coming with me.
Thinks he can understand.
You can get rid of her at the same time.
without understanding what it is or why it is.
Hmm.
He dabbles with ancient.
Now, why did I
and
get
powerful
that?
devices with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I bet
Well,
didn't
did he?
know the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
What is the name of the tower?
It's called Ternuna.
Ternunith.
They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines
Why?
scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays built to move.
To move souls around? Where would they?
Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why.
So,
To intermix them the way a player shuffles.
transferring souls to
the way a
people? Maybe
farmer
that's...
rotates his field,
This sounds like
to collect them
could have something
like
to do with the
blood
legacy.
in glass. To melt them down for raw essence.
You seem to know a lot about
I read the
Tir
runes
Nuneth.
like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instructions.
Yeah.
And in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely.
That kind of makes some sense. Why would they have wanted to tether souls, though?
Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this.
Well, that you know of. I mean, there could be
We
others.
now see the Engwithans as masters
Hidden
of
away
soul manipulation,
in deep,
but they couldn't have attained their expertise
dark
without
places.
copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment.
Maybe. How'd you operate it?
Back to these Tinker's concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
Release
So you
them.
say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here.
Well, what
for
else should I
somewhere
do?
else, equally aimless and meaningless.
Perhaps. I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting into the shape of something that writhes and squeals. Here I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. But what good is observing all this if you're going to hoard it for yourself? Entire language at your fingertips, and she hides it away. Let's extinguish her pride. A vampire? I won't abandon this opportunity. These souls will remain here with me, and I'll accomplish more than any animancer in the history of the field. You can't leave the souls imprisoned. Only I understand the control words for Tir Nuneth, so yes I can. Hoarding knowledge is pointless. Nothing is more important. We gather and study, and through it transcend the thousand insectoid lives that brought it to us. And who will know about it? All I've learned, years of studying the Engwithan language, no one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Let's try this again. Force your essence around the burning lump. It scorches you. Your flesh is whole and unmarked when you draw back, but it nevertheless stings at the memory of the heat. Your opportunities are finite. One day that knowledge will die with you. You're wrong. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. This will give me something. Extinguish it now. Too hot to grasp. Okay. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure it grows. My words have quenched her pride. All that remains is a blackened diamond-hard rock which I cast away,
So,
and it melts into darkness.
my studies and efforts shall grow through yours.
Good idea.
These are the words you need.
So her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You can see a vast array of runes, far more than Acantha has shown you, and you know their sound and their meaning, and how they fit together. The language of Engwith once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did.
Possibly.
Take this knowledge then, and do what you will with Tir Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose.
It'll serve me whatever way I
serve you in
wish.
Whatever way you wish.
Speaker of dead tongues now, and so he surpasses 100 frustrated scholars in the matter of a few moments. I don't suppose you could look at a few books for me. What do I do with the tower now that the words? Said towers were constructed to move souls. How do you know so much? Don't understand. How do the words work? Harnessing the power of Tir Nuneth is about understanding what it was designed to do. You know the words and their meanings. You can speak them, and the tower shall obey. What do I do with the tower?
Off, I expect.
Turn it off, yeah.
That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. Be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that
Right.
volume of essence could easily
But somebody-
overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine.
But if I leave it
along with the
working-
souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
Destroying it seems like it might do this place some good. Yeah, you're not wrong. These were constructed to move souls. Why? It's a mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question is always why would they do it? To intermix them. like a player shuffles his deck, like a farmer rotates his fields. Yeah, who knows? Okay, well, thanks for that. That helps me no end. We can go back up the tower now, but first I'm just going to level up. And I feel like... I would be increasing damage reduction if I take this. I'm only rank 1 in mechanics. And we'll just boost that a little bit. And we have some skills we can use. I think I should probably boost my one-handed style for my secondary weapon. I think that makes some sense. Okay, so now that we've learned this, we can do what we need to do with the place. Now the only thing is, that guy obviously in the tower, we said, hey, yeah, we'll bring you something to feed you or whatever. But actually, I don't want to do that. I feel like he needs to just go away. Permanently, that's what he needs. He needs to no longer be a problem. Let's see how that pans out. Hopefully okay. I mean, if we have to fight him, he's not going to be that difficult to defeat anyway, I would imagine. Now, I don't know if as soon as we go in here it'll send us right up the stairs. Yes, I want to proceed to level 1 of the tower. I'd rather proceed to level 3 of the tower, but we can do so from down here. I think. So yeah, okay, so that's an interesting thing. So this machine is for moving souls. Like for collecting and then moving them.
Won't get far like this.
After we've done that, we need to go and sell off all this stuff. Yeah, go to the top. There's no point going between the levels. Let's go to the top. And let's shut this place down. Now, do we want to shut it down in the sense of destroying it? Altheim looks much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely, and sores have eaten away patches of the skin at his joints. Looks at me with a strange glimmer. He seems to have forgotten about me for the moment. Yeah, but for how long? Ah, we gotta kill him. Okay, that's fair. Unfortunate, but fair. There we go. Now what? Aldhelm's journal. Cantha insists on pursuing her own research in the tower, despite my argument that pooling our knowledge is in both our interests. With her expertise in the Engwithan language, I'm convinced she knows more about the tower's working than she lets on. So, okay. Jagged pillar rises in front of you, encased in stonework and run through with copper veins. Panels covered with runes, which you can now understand. You recognise the words for end and for hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You also recognise by an inscription that the manner in which you turn the dial is a means of throttling the device. So do we just turn it off? And hopefully that way we keep the souls around? Or do we overload it and destroy the thing? No, I think we'll just end. Grand words leave my lips, the dial sinks into the adra under my hand, and something like a thunderclap sounds. The glow fades from the machine as it falls dormant. And there we are. This machine is no longer a problem. For now. The only trouble with not destroying it, of course, is that someone else could come back and turn it back on. I don't know if she needs to know this about the tower. That's Durford Village. Right, so we've cleared that. We've got a lot of side quests here, so I might just go on to these side quests after we sell off all the junk we have. Well, actually, first of all, before we do that, let's take a look at the junk we have. Junk, stuff, things we have. and see if there's any of it that we can actually make use of. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move a load of stuff across to our stash. Stuff that we don't need. Mostly this kind of thing. Weapons. For now. Because then we can obviously go back and look through them. Oops, I didn't mean to send that back. And obviously then see what's worth having. Yep. Eventually, obviously, we're going to fill our stash, but a lot of hoods. I can put them over there because they're no use to me right now. I can pretty much put just about everything across there. Ooh, now an arbalest might actually be a better weapon for her to have. But the speed of it is very slow. But it does a lot of damage. No, do you know what? We won't do that right now. But we will just transfer all the other stuff across. Oh, some gloves. Have some gloves. Oh. I can have a pet. A little cat. Let's have a little cat as a pet. Why not? A mace. Some rice. Some other stuff. Okay, so there's no more room in our stash right now, but that just means we need to clear it out. It's a pity I can't move stuff. I can. I can move stuff around just to tidy up my inventory a little bit. I feel like that's going to be a useful thing. Can you combine them into piles of more than 5? No. Just my inventory was starting to look a bit messy and I don't like that. I don't, not at all. So we'll just tidy this up just a touch. Oops, no. I don't want that just now. Put it there just to put it back for the moment. Okay. There might be other stuff, but unfortunately, yeah, that's fine because we're going to sell pretty much all of that. Okay.
Like this.
You won't, but it's fine because we're just about to leave. How the heck did I get out of here? Huh. We're just about to leave. We'll go to... Yeah, look, we have a cat. I don't know how long it'll last. As long as it stays kind of behind, maybe it'll be okay. As a pet. We can obviously take on other different pets. I think at one point I had a thing that was a baby dragon. I probably should have kept that. Well, a little dragon anyway. But, okay, we've cleared this area now. So it should be inhabitable again. Well, the cat's quite slow. Like, really slow, look. It's all the way back. Where am I going? I'm going completely the wrong way. Well, it is follow. Oh, we've got some other people leveled up. I didn't even notice. Okay, so he can take on 6 points, so obviously he can't improve lore any. I will increase his survival, and that'll do. We can take some more. Does that do damage? But it does reduce their move speed and makes it easier for us to hit them. Minor Grimoire Imprint gives them access for up to 3 free 3rd level or lower spells From a target spell list. Let's do that. Arcane Reflection. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, that was it. Right. What else can we have? Protective Shield of Magic. That boosts my deflection. He takes a lot of damage. I just wonder if that's probably going to not be a bad idea. I think we'll take Arcane Veil. Just because I feel like that's probably actually not a bad option for him. Okay, we've also got to level up Eder. Eder, I don't know. But anyway, there he is. He's level 7 in that. And we'll boost him in lore, even though he doesn't really need to be boosted in lore. Let's boost his knockdown capabilities. And we will also boost our friend Kana. Already well boosted in lore. Survival's important. And the athletics wouldn't hurt. What have we got here? The lover cried out to the beloved, I'm yours. Stirs something deep inside enemies in the area of effect, charming them. Decreases the duration of and defends against hobbled, stuck, paralysed, and petrified effects. That's actually not a bad idea. Causes enemies to be terrified. Masses stray soul fragments to form 2 will-o'-the-wisps. Oh, there we go. That sounds good. And also, we've got this. That. We will take that. That will work. Okay, so we are back to play again. But this time we've gained a few levels and a few additional skills. So the next place... Yeah, no, I want to go to the marketplace first anyway, actually. Now that I think about it. Tower, it's off. Does this mean the curse is lifted? It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district's safe again. I think it'll be some time before anyone will be willing to settle in the district, but at least we can get started on restoring it. They can. So they'll be happy. So what we need to do is go to Copper Lane. Half an hour it'll take us to get there. That's fine. Half an hour it is. Yeah, I had a bit of a problem a little while ago. Everything seemed to be having problems loading. We seem to be going okay now. I don't know why that happened. Once I've sold my stuff, I might save as well, just to... Although it does autosave. The trouble with the autosave, of course, is you don't know how far back your last autosave was. My Western Barbican's finished, so actually that's a good point. I should probably build something else. What else can we build? Build the Bailey. All that stuff at the top is done. So that will allow us to upgrade the grounds further. The towers grant perception bonuses. Further protection to the Bailey. Let's do the Bailey. Finishes in 2 days.
I beg your pardon?
Exactly. I beg her pardon too.
Especially around the kids. Guess I haven't had a reminder in a while.
That's
What happened?
a surprising thing for someone to say just as we come out, isn't it?
Calling youth with frostbite somewhere sensitive. Kids repeat everything.
They do.
I meant just now.
Jam my thumb. Nothing big.
Jammed her thumb. Okay, so let's just sell to her.
Traveler.
I have news about your sister. Unfortunately, she's dead. Authorities are doing the best they can. Authorities don't care enough. Nothing could have been done. We caught those responsible and prevented this from happening to others. That's what matters now. Show me your wares, please. It's always worth saying please to people. You know, there's no need to be rude. What else can we sell? She had some stuff that we didn't need, didn't she? There we go. And my stash is filled to the brim. with stuff. Whether it's useful or not, I do not know. Let's see. Notes. I don't know if any of these notes are actually useful, but they're not worth anything anyway, so have a book, bow, couple of hoods. Keep that. Oops, no, I didn't want that sold. Can I have that back, please? But these armors, and then just a basic cape, isn't it? Sell all that. Yep, sell all of those. Yeah, almost there. There we are. I'll tell you what we will do. We're going to go up the top here and just see what weapons he has for sale.
Hail and well met.
I need intellect level 12 for something. Not quite sure what, but never mind. Borisane. Okay, that's no use. Scepter. Two-handed pike. Wait. What is going on? Okay. Let's try it this way. If I do it like member by member, then I should be able to see 200 pike, the same. One-handed warhammer, don't need. Arquebus, blunderbuss, pistol, etc. There's a great sword that's worse than the one we've got. Really, there's not a great deal of weapons that I'm too concerned. Pike's Pride. There's armor there, but none of it's particularly interesting. Let's try with him.
Greetings.
A scepter. No, I don't really think that he needs that. Who do we have? Eder.
Hail, traveler.
He could probably do with a better sword. So his saber's 17 to 25. Well, he's not going to use an arquebus, is he? What's the S-stock? It's not as good. Okay, there's nothing there that I would say he would benefit from.
Greetings.
But maybe we can get a better gun. That's already an arquebus, 28 to 42 damage. Yeah, so no, actually there's nothing particularly better about anything there, is there? I would be interested in seeing
Greetings.
if there's anything better for this character. No, I don't think there is. He doesn't really have any particularly great weapons. So never mind, let's get moving. So the next mission we'll look at, because there's a few. Where am I? I think we'll do this one. Woodend Plains. So we gotta go to Stormwall Gorge. Let's make our way there. See what this teaches us or gives us or whatever. I don't know how we have to get there either. Oh, is this the best way to go? Now that I think about it. This does take us to the world map, okay. So we gotta go... What did I say? Stormwall Gorge. There. Yeah, 6 hours and 15 minutes it'll take us to get there. Okay. And eventually, once we've leveled up a bit more, we'll maybe try again to go right down to the bottom of Caed Nua and take out that Master Below. He is a difficult character to defeat, really. But maybe... See, and I don't know if the characters in this game level with you or not. Like, if I've been to that area now at a lower level and I come back, will it... I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so we're supposed to meet some people. And I think it's probably going to be at the bottom of that gorge there. Just remind me. Unless they're over here. What is this over here, actually? Because I know that you can do something with it. There's a little ring you can stand on that'll allow you to do something. Starlight illuminates a pattern in the ground. I kneel to get a better look. The stone here has been carved with a few simple shapes. Indentation shallow and smooth, looks like it was intended to hold something specific. The outer circle, several shapes have been carved along the outer ring, though most have been worn away. Can make out a crescent. And the writing, ancient Anglophone, they say, all things end only to continue anew. Enter now at dusk, that we may all experience a new dawn. Well, maybe we'll come back to that. But I think the people I'm supposed to meet are down here. I'm assuming. I could be entirely wrong. In fact, is it here? Stormwall Gorge, yeah. So is it this path down here, I wonder? Where will we meet these people? They were supposedly some great adventurers, but the guy was wearing his pants and not much else. Okay, well they're not down here and we can't go anywhere there, so... What did it say? Couldn't find a way into the ruins. He wants me to meet them at their camp at Woodend Plains. Oh, right, okay. I've gone to completely the wrong place. They have a camp at Woodend Plains. I'm also looking for a farmhouse that they said was on the road to Durwood, but I've not seen one. Woodend Plains is back there. So Durwood, Durford, of course. Yeah, let's head to Woodend Plains. I guess that circle, ring, or whatever is something we're going to have to use. The thing is, obviously, none of them will know how to read the words, but I can. It seems like maybe you're supposed to wait till morning or something. Not totally sure. Okay, so apparently there's some people here that we need to meet. A camp. I would expect there to be a camp on one of those two raised areas, because that would be a sensible place to set up camp. You'd be able to look around, spot anyone trying to come up on you. And all that's got though is a cart, should I say. So let's see if they're here. Oh, there they are. You must be lost. The giant slayers don't share bounties. Waynon thinks you're taking too long. Had the gold to send you? I should just yeah. You think you can get the weapons? You've got two problems, Rookie. A flooded entrance for one, and crucible patrols for another. We've seen more knights than face painters out here. Why are the knights here? Damned if I know. They're glorified thugs in armour and usually prefer their feathered beds to camp cots. I'd get one in an instant, but I can't collect bounties as a wanted man. Tell me about the flooded entrance. Must be the rains. We found this in the water, though. He holds up a flat circular piece of adra and drops it into a pouch on his belt. Not much natural adra around here. Might be a key of some kind. Couldn't experiment much with the damn knights prowling around. What do you know about the weapons? Waynon's paying good coin for them. That's all I need to know. What now? We never ever share bounties. That's Waynon's problem, not mine. You should talk to your employer. I'll have words with Waynon, don't worry about that. You still shouldn't have come. Can't we work together on this? I don't know where Waynon finds the likes of you. Sure, we'll work together, just hold still. Oh, okay, so you got to die. That's fine. If that's what you want. Afraid we're a bit tougher than you expected, though. People really need to pick fights a bit more carefully, don't they? Anyone else? Just you? Oh well. See you later then. We could have worked together. But you people are just too silly. Who's leveled up? No, not that. There we go, level her up then. So, I think she's got plenty of survival. I think athletics is actually going to be quite useful for her too. Vicious tactics. Let me see. Offensive weapons. Marksman would be useful. Yeah, there we go. Marksman. I think that's a useful... Or if you prefer marksperson. I don't know. Not Karl Marx, that's not who I'm talking about. Poleaxe. Quarterstaff. A scepter, like the one that the guy was selling. Only, you know, we don't have to pay for that. Medium shield. Azrael's grimoire. I can't look at his grimoire. Okay. Warhammer. No. Stiletto I have no need for. Exceptional leather armor. That might be useful for this person. Yeah, I think that she'd probably prefer exceptional leather armor. Exceptional mail armor. As opposed to that. Lighter weight. Probably better. Yeah, that's good. We've got some hats. If anyone needs a hat. She could have like a... That's actually probably a better thing for her to have. Helm-wise, what do I have? Yeah, I don't like that. Put this on. Just looks a bit ridiculous, but never mind. Okay, we've cleared up some of the stuff in our inventory just now. We got what they had. So that's Adra Disc, which will allow us, I think, to go to that ruin that we saw before. I think if we can go to that ruin now, we can put that disc that he found into that kind of, whatever it is, fountain, or I don't know exactly what it is, but it looked like that's where we needed to, that's what we need. A key of some kind to put in there. And if that's the case, then we're already well on our way. Uh-oh, but there are soldiers awaiting us. Unfortunately. We're going to have to take them out. It means that some people might have some bad impressions of us, though. That's one. Next. Attack. Oh my goodness. Attack. Can we knock someone down? That's good. More knights to kill, though. They were just foolish to get in our way, you know? Take that one now. And now him. Everyone's focused now, you see. There we go. And we get more equipment that's not really much use to us. Except for selling. It's useful for selling. And giving us plenty of money. Right, so... place the Adrodisc in the indentation. Failure rushing into tiny gaps in the indentation appears to be held firmly in place. I hear the sliding of stone under my feet and the sudden rush of water. The pool begins to drain. So is this pool of water here? Aha! Very interesting. That's a stairwell. When that water completely drains, will it let me go down? It will. I do want to proceed. Could be a mistake. But you always have to learn from your mistakes. Wonder what kind of reputation we're gaining. But I would assume it's not as simple as going down here and taking some weapons. I'm going to do a proper save as well as the regular save. So what's this place called? Ila Remain. Oh, one of our characters has leveled up because I sent her on a... Your grating and grinding coming from the stone head above. The chips of Adra and its eye sockets glow green. There's no truer blade than essence forged in bronze. Turn twice to the left and prepare your soul for its reckoning. Oh, what's that? It's a spider. A nasty looking spider. That didn't take very long to kill. Turn twice to the left, so I would assume what they mean is go through this door. Go left. Before I do that, there's a path at the other side. Okay, said to go twice to the left. So down there. 3 spiders, but spiders are pretty straightforward. I'm assuming I assume that when he said turn twice to the left, he meant go down here. And we've got some shadows, and I don't know what we'll find beyond them. Oh no. Well, that's not good, is it? The big ones are actually quite dangerous. There we go. Next, kill that one. Who's almost dead? Nobody's particularly... Mind you, they are exploding when they die, I suppose, so maybe that's a problem. It looks like we're okay. Approach and make yourself known to me. The stone faces Adra eyes glow and a voice rumbles from its open mouth. Past is the hilt of a weapon, the true warrior grasps it and knows his strength. Speak the quality that defines you. Consistent and reliable. Bravest when things are at their worst. Let nothing get in the way of what needs to be done. That one. So it is with your power, a symbol burns on the wall behind the stone head. Did it? Okay. A symbol burns? Doesn't look like it, I'm afraid. Unless this is some kind of test that we're supposed to take. I'm going to rest before we go any further. Just to feel like that might be useful. Before we march on. What are we going to find deeper inside? Peridot. So there's another face up there on the wall. Let's deal with these idiots before we... Now that one. Because they're quite nasty, those banshee things. Unless you take them down quickly. In which case, no problem at all. Keep taking them out. Her fox or wolf or whatever it is often close to danger. Approach and speak your will. Can I speak to this one? It's up there. Small white stones bloom from the rock. They feel firmly fixed in place. I can't speak to this. It says I should speak to it, but I can't. No. It said to approach. Here I am. How do I talk to the head? I can't talk to it. Oh, come on. What? How? You can't speak to this thing. It's impossible. Can I do it some other way? I can't complete this quest if I can't do that, can I? Okay, we've gone kind of round in a circle. It's interesting, but I can't do anything, surely. There's a hollow where one appears to have been removed. Wait. Okay, I don't know if I'm actually doing anything useful here. That said to approach and speak, but you can't. Unless... No. I can't do it. Okay, well let's see what else is in here. And if we can actually do anything now. What are we fighting? Spider. Oh, there's a big one, look. Wow. Somebody's been frozen. Well, this one's a bit tougher, but not much. Feel an unwelcome crawling sensation in my head and a high-pitched ring overwhelms my senses. Invader! Thief! Needles stab my brain. Lovely. The warrior shall call forth 2 witnesses, and they shall take up positions upon the emblems that bear testament to the character of his soul. The warrior shall ascend the dais, soul vessel in hand, to undergo transference. Bearing a soul vessel and a weapon with a heart of Adra, the warrior may then approach the urn. Okay, but what? You see, this is the problem. I obviously need to go and talk to those... What is this? Large channel curves underneath the floor and continues to the east, blocked by glistening ropes of webbing. I've created a tunnel. Needle-like voice, infiltrating, pursuing, you shall not have it. Now feed! We've got a lot of creatures attacking us. I guess because I've not done the quest properly.
I've been poisoned.
That's why we're having this problem. But it's not my fault that I couldn't talk to the face on the wall. Go over here. Because you're being blocked off. There we go. I don't know if I want to do this though. Enter the tunnel. Lots of enemies to fight here. I think we're going to have to do this the robbery style, because I don't think we're going to be able to do it. It was impossible to do the quest because it wouldn't allow me to speak to the thing that would allow me to complete the quest. I feel like He's a priest, so lore is definitely useful. And he's unlocked a load of stuff. Okay. I guess we just have to go and see what we can find, because we're now at the stage where nothing will work well. Wow, these aren't attacking me. Why are these not attacking me? Nridek! A robed, gangling creature lurches towards me and I feel something needling at my brain again. The screeching hiss that invades my mind is edged with rage. Digging and ferreting animal, it pauses, its mouthpiece is clacking. Its words fill my mouth again, they're tempered with fear. My legacy! It clutches an egg-like stone in its fingers. The white stone glows with life, and I feel a presence inside. For the colony. It cocks its head. Animal calm. Peaceful, yes? Okay, what are you doing with the stone? Legacy. Colony. Young are always few, slow to hatch, fragile. Last of colony, soon to die. Long dead animals put spirit stuff in metal. I keep spirit stuff in stone, take to new colony. Colony alone is weak. Young, frail, empty of wisdom. But two colonies together survive, make strong colony. Go and may there be peace between our kinds. Knows peace and gentleness it does. Nridek, go. Bring legacy. Many thanks. Okay. What was initially looking like a little bit of a problem is not so bad. We've got a one-handed spear and some ancient Engwithan weapons. That we're supposed to give to Waynon. If I can find my way to him. Oddly enough, none of these spiders are attacking us now, because of the little conversation we had. The only thing I'm concerned about is obviously if I'm letting him go, is there anything else to worry about? Just one sec. Well, they are. True. I'll be back in just one moment, guys. Okay, so yeah, that allowed us to clear that quite nicely. Let's enter this tunnel and get out of here. And let's see what we can do.
Right. Right, will you have a good night? I'm gonna go clean up all this freaking water that's all over it.
Okay. So let's just get out of here. I think. I don't know if these were the weapons he wanted. They seem a bit worthless, to be honest. What is this? That's just a closed tunnel. Not a way out. I don't really have time. I'll do it after I've finished this. Okay. So we can go in and we can turn this quest in. To... it's Copper Lane, wasn't it? Just leave them, I'll do them after I've done this. Just leave it and I'll do it when the... Fuck's sake. Okay, let's turn in this quest, as I say. Hand over these weapons that seem fairly useless.
Hello.
Okay, now that we've sold all our stuff, we can move on. Upward. And see if we can turn in the fairly useless weapons. I suppose maybe they can do something with them, but they're just all rusted and broken. Still, if that's what he wants, that's what he can have. If that other group had just been friendlier, you know. There you go, here's the weaponry.
But this isn't what I was expecting. I don't suppose you figured out what was supposed to make them so special.
Yeah, they filled them up with their own... Oh, do I want to tell him that, though? Yeah, okay, why not? Yeah, see? They were animancers, and he doesn't like animancy, so... he's going to dispose of the weapons. Little wonder the Glenfathans don't want you lot digging around the ruins if you're only going to destroy what you find.
At least I don't have to waste any more expeditions on this. If the Knights make a move, we'll just have to face them down with old-fashioned deer wood and metal.
Hopefully you can avoid conflict. If they ask for trouble, we'll answer. Speaking of the Knights, I hear you had a run-in with a patrol at Stormwall Gorge. They attacked me. Might be I sent them your way and needed them to turn their attention away from the city for a while. Now they'll be doubling and tripling patrols. There's a reckoning coming when the hearings end. Folks have had it with the legacy. They've had it with soul butchers angering the gods. Charging on Brackenbury Sanitarium, there's always the hope that they stay there a while. Knights are with the Duke on this one. If he decides wrong, they'll be in our way. I knew you'd do well, don't hold it against me. Just consider Defiance Bay needs order. These would-be lords patrolling the streets haven't helped any, but I see your point. I've gained mob justice. I don't know quite what that means, but he owes me one and he wants me to take his old war bow. Yeah, he couldn't give me a weapon that I actually use, no? And that's it. No more jobs for him at the moment. Well, let's have a look at this bow that he's given us. It's no use to me, but maybe it'll be useful to someone else. Like Sagani. Yeah, it will. Assuming she can use a war bow. I hope it's not too big for her to use. Well, she's got it now, so let's leave. Just seems like an awfully worthless reward, really. Especially when he sent knights to kill us. Knights that aren't his friends, but he used them. Or distracted them, I suppose. Could have just not. That would have been easier. A lot easier. Okay. So we did that. Still need to find these cliffs. I don't know where they are. They could be miles away. Cave, place. Oh yeah, we know where this is now. This is in Searing Falls, which is on our map. So let's try and do that. I'm guessing I can't go this way. No. Shame, but never mind. We are hunting for an exit. Up here there's a way out, so that will do just fine. I don't think we've reached all the paths that take us to Searing Falls yet, mind you. I feel like if we go to Edelin Bridge, yeah, surely, I don't know actually, maybe Woodend Plains. Because I think the bridge just takes us there, it doesn't take us anywhere else. And then if we go south to exit here, that should give us what we want. As long as the game doesn't decide to freeze. No, good. I thought for a moment it had. It is taking a while to load though. And there we go. So I think if we exit south from here, if we can, that we should get where we want to go. I think. I could be completely wrong. It happens sometimes. Oh, hang on. They said something about an abandoned farmhouse with some thieves. Attack this guy. And the bear. Come on. That's it. Take out the ranged attackers. There we go. I would assume this gives us the book of the whale thing that we were looking for. Is that it? The Scroll of Whale. Well, we can come back with that. As I take the scroll, it says, "You have found it, now lose it again." High Archivist Grimda asked me to bring it back. Would you appease a dwarf or a god? This theft was an accident. My relics were never meant to stay in one place for long. They're meant to be lost and found. It's the search that gives a thing value. Take it to the Black Meadow. Find the drake that faces east and bury it beneath its skull. Or what? I suppose we could tell her that, I'm assuming, whale. Huh. I didn't see that on the map before. But there it is. Okay. There we go. So now we can go to Searing Falls. We'll go there before we bring back the thing. And you know, maybe she'll tell us, oh yeah, okay, bury it. Because that's what the god wants. Maybe. He forced that particular outcome. So okay, this is the place that supposedly... Oh my. A young drake. I'm hoping we can kill these because there's two of them and they're not weak. Now the other one. We really need to take it out before we take out anything else. The rest of these are just Zorups, they'll not take long to take out. What's that? A small flame blight. There we go. I got some bits. Now what was this quest? This is... this one about Firga with the cave. Okay, we're looking for a cave. What's attacking us now? Okay. If it's just Zorups, we'll be okay. Now look, there's some Zorup priests, shamans, whatever. An interesting place. I don't know where this cave is. There's Drake there. That's a full-sized Drake, not a young Drake. So let's get rid of it as fast as we can. I'll watch because our health is not great. Well, it died quite spectacularly. I got some healing from somebody. That dragon falling on him would surely do a lot more damage. Let's see what we can get off these bodies. I'm gonna have to rest, I think. There we go. The cave's up there. I don't know what we're going to find in this cave. Probably things we should be worried about. And then that way we can turn in 2 quests at once. Whatever beast comes from.
We'll find us already cooked.
Yeah, it seems like it is very hot in here, doesn't it? Some burned lady. Oh, here we go. Flame blight first. The enemies aren't particularly tough. Probably because we're pretty strong ourselves.
Stand still.
Now, what is it we're looking for in here? Well, we've got to fight a lot of stuff before we're going to find it, so... we can surround that one and take it down. I feel like surrounding enemies kind of helps. Now that one. Now this one. The trouble is that some of them can't really get shots on that from here. Let's see if we can walk past. Oh, there we go. And just this one. There we go. Oh, we got another pot here. Some more cash and a potion of some kind. Oh, we've got a big open area now. Oh, here we go. Dragons. Lots and lots and lots of dragons. Kale the Silent. Glowing, burning spark, you elf thing. You come to take my spark, yes? What's the spark? Spark's an ember, warm, glowing, beautiful. One day I'll become a burning thing, bright and terrible like my spark. I promise I didn't come to take your spark. Liar, you come to steal it with your cold, dirty paws. Yeah, we don't get any choice. Right, that has to be the first thing we attack, because otherwise we're going to be in serious trouble. That is a big dragon. Please attack it before you attack anything else. Take that down, just quickly. There we go, the big dragon's down, so that's going to make the fight a lot easier for us. There we go, great. Take that thing. Get rid of it. There we go, all done. And finished. Is that his spark?
I'd gladly shoulder the load. The pack won't hold it.
There we go. Okay, so we were here for the spark anyway. Is that it? Oh, we got a belt. Can anyone here wear it? Girdle of Aeton Construction. Boosts our constitution. Well, he can have that, because I feel like he could do with some constitutional boosts. Most definitely. Well, that's 2 quests that we can turn in now. Let's just check. So, not that one, not that one, not this one. So I need to give that. Where is it? That thing of whale? Oh, that's down at the bottom, that's why. Yeah. So we needed to give that to Grimda. That we're not going to be able to do right now. And that I couldn't find the adventurers who have. So okay, let's return. Where did we find the person? Actually, that's a good point. That one, was it? Glowing stone and a massive drake guarding it. Ferga is where? She's in Defiance Bay, but I can't remember where in Defiance Bay. I can't scroll down to read anything else from it. Can't remember where she was. But I do know where we're going now. Back to Defiance Bay. And then after that we can go back onto the main story quest, because there's another one in a nearby village that we've been to before. Well, that I've been to before. Oh, I have to fight a drake before we get there though. Oh, we have to fight 3 drakes. I shouldn't have gone this way. Oh, one's dead straight away. It got exploded. And just this to destroy. And we can move on. Take all the bits we can get. And move out of here. Back. Now, Copper Lane I think is where everything is. 12 hours it's going to take. Okay. I guess we have to do it. And we need to do an upgrade to our to Caed Nua as well. I think. And maybe we'll go back there at some point soon. Okay. — 12 hours have passed. Oh. Still found surprising resistance to inquiries regarding the whereabouts of Bonacetta, who have overtaken her want to keep her location a secret. At the behest of the Duchess of Spirento, a team of alien cryptographers attempted to decipher. Yeah, okay. Good. Upgrades are required. We did the Bailey. We could do the towers. The South Curtain Wall. Yeah, do you know what? We're going to do curtain walls. I think that's a good idea.
Don't bother the caddy, Tumak. You'd have better odds against Estelgar.
Don't bother the cat, she says. Is that cat with us? No, yeah, my pet is there. It is following us, it's just lagging behind a little. Why is the camera not... What is going on now? Assassins are attacking us. There's a mage of some kind among them. What are they doing there? They're... Foolish assassins. Yeah, what happened there? The combat stopped for a moment. Imagine sending assassins against us. Novices as well. Why is the map now deciding... I don't want to go stealthily. There we go, fixed it. So now the actors are still acting out their roles, but they don't have to deal with that murderous woman they were working with before. Which is good, because she was doing some horrible stuff to people. We want to go to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries, where we can now turn in... Well, I don't know, see... This scroll or whatever... She wanted it turned in, however... That's not what her god wanted. It's not what Whale wanted. So who's she to question what he wants? But will that stir her at all? Possibly not. She might just say, no, give it back. Still, she's more likely to be happier with us if we give it to her. Okay. We also want to find the Elder Archives. Trouble is, I don't know. There's Grimda. An Animancer asked me to find a scroll. I'll be sure to tuck that tome away from prying eyes. and see that Ned never sets foot in here again. In the meantime, a token of our appreciation. Some money. This seems a bit much. What else do you need? I found the scroll. Let me see it. Yes, indeed, you've done well. Wales, both the keeper and discoverer of secrets. May this hood aid you in revealing what's obscured and keep you hidden from those who wish you harm. Farewell. So that's a couple of quests completed there, which leaves us with just some easier stuff. We need to find these cliffs. I don't know where they are. And we need to bring the spark to Ferga. Had her faith shaken by the Hollowburn crisis. Oh yeah, she's in the place where you can light, where they light the fires. It's not here, it's... Where was that again? The temple of something. I don't know what. Wherever it was that you can light the fires. It wasn't in the Scrivener's place, was it? No, it wasn't. It was... Oh, where was that? I can't remember. That's gonna annoy me now. It must be... Wait. Scrivener's Dormitory, Dallas House. It's not anywhere here. Is it in First Fires? I know it's not in Andra's Gift. Is it in Brackenbury or First Fires? I think it's here. I think it's in the Palace. Palace? Whatever it is. I think it's in there. So we'll turn that into. And then she can light these signal fires or whatever they are. Tell them that the orcs are coming. Oh no, wait. A warning of the Uruk-hai. That's not what it is. So we're clear that's not what it is. But okay, First Fires, I think it's inside the Ducal Palace.
Don't bother the caddy, Tumak.
Or is it in the Valian Embassy? No, it's in the Ducal Palace. I'm pretty sure it's in the Ducal Palace. And then I'll go there and it'll be completely wrong. But I think, I hope, I'll know pretty much straight away. As soon as I go inside and look at the map, I'll know, because there's a big room off to the side where the one of the statue things is. And I think it's in here. But I can't remember. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, in the Shrine of Magron. There she is.
Hello.
I journeyed to the Searing Falls. This is what I found. By the Flame. Do you know what this is? No. This is a piece of the Godhammer Bomb, the very weapon that Magron herself helped us build to defeat Widewin in the Saints' War. It's weird seeing it right in front of you like that. Before it was just stories, never seemed real. So why don't I feel any differently? What good does this do? The whole part of a weapon decided by God, the very existence of such a thing should fill you with awe. So it does, it's not an answer, but it has meaning. I'd forgotten how important that is. One of the things I've always loved about Magron is her affinity for fire, how it grows and spreads. You feel the warmth from the fire rippling across the room. Give me what I need. I'll make sure to give the people of Defiance Bay the support they need. Now let me give you something you might need. A weapon worthy of a goddess herself. What's the weapon? Unforgiven. It's gone into my stash. Let's see. That is a 3-headed flail. And does 12 to 18 crushing damage. So let's see how useful that really is. 12 to 18 crushing damage, one hand. Sorry, 13 to 19 crushing damage. It's more. That's still better though. Okay. So we've now completed quite a lot of side quests here. 2 of these are, well, one of these is a Kid Nua. That one I don't think we can complete. I have to find Persock. Something to do with a cliff face. I don't know where. We haven't come across one so far. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll find it eventually. But for now, I think we have to head to Durford, Durwood, Dur place? I don't know. It's a village. I have gone to it briefly. And now we're going to go and find out what the quest's all about. All those fires are now lit. And needless to say, the people of Defiance Bay are friendly. Because we have helped them no end. Durford Village, 12 hours 30 minutes it'll take to get here. But this is where we need to go. A new village to look round. It's not going to be as big as the towns. So hopefully it shouldn't take too long to do anything here. Although there might be a few quests to pick up. So here we are. Durford Village. Let's go and visit the Temple of Barath first. Who are these people? Talk with Madreth. Who are they looking for? An elf idles by the road watching the village cross the river. He nods as you approach. The cowled figure standing near him falls silent. If I'm not mistaken, you and I share a common acquaintance in House Dominel. Perhaps? Discreet, I can see why our mutual friends trust you. I'm here on a little errand. There's a thief hiding out in the village. An Orlin named Nifra. She took something that belongs to the Dominels. I want to find her and get it back. How do I figure into this? You're the smooth talker. All you need to do is find her and lure her out of hiding. I could draw her out. She won't know you. It'll be simple. What did she do? She stole from our friends the Dominels. I'll get back to the search. Maybe. I don't know if I want to lure someone out for you, but I'm going to go and visit the Temple of Barath first. And see who's around. See if there's anyone we can talk to. Some crazy statues. Harbinger Baedmar?
With you. I already told you what. I'm sorry.
Oh, you thought I was someone else. The times we live in.
May I help you?
What happened to you?
Strange hooded men asking about those ruins.
Oh, that must be what we want.
Most of the brigands who come through here asking about the ruins are looking for a few ancient trinkets. But these people knew the name.
Yeah, I know who they are. The Leaden Key.
They wanted to know where Cleoban Relag was. I tried to keep it from them, but I couldn't hold out forever.
Well, if you tell me where it is, I'll stop them.
But it can't be good.
That does sound like the Leaden Key. There's something else I can help you with.
The Glon
Can you tell me where to find them?
guards the ruins
trespassers there, and they'll retaliate against us too, if history is any indication. We've had too many fortune seekers.
Yeah, I'm going up to stop it.
If I'm to tell you, I'll need to know your reason for wanting to go. If that's the case, then we may already have trouble.
I need to go there.
I'll have to take you at your word. You'll find Cleoban Relog here.
Okay.
Whatever trouble you find there, please.
So he wants us to end any trouble quietly there. Okay, we'll try. What can you tell me about Barath? Oversees portals and cycles of all kinds, even life and death itself. And a Barath unending is merely a passage to another beginning. There's many representations across time and across cultures. Around the Durwood you'll commonly see it depicted as the Pallid Knight, or the Usher. Pallid Knight is one of the youngest manifestations of Barath, but a familiar one. Stories describe her as a gaunt knight in black armour with black eyes, black hair and milk-pale skin. She demands an impossible toll from travellers who've tarried too long on her lord's road. And the Usher? Kith have written stories, songs and poems about the Usher for centuries. Sometimes he's folk, sometimes dwarf, and sometimes merely a walking skeleton. He never speaks, but he guides the way to death and the next life. Okay, and what's Bunin e Anku and Anku e Bunin? Life and death and life. You see them as two skeletal figures. One male and one female. Explorers have found them carved opposite one another in doorways, but I know of no particular legends that speak of them. Okay, well thank you. That helps me. That tells me where we're going. To try and stop the Leaden Key. But before we go there, let's take a look around this village. Because I feel like that's a good idea. Tell you what I will do. I want to know, if I take a look at the world map, where is this? So Cleoban Relag is up there. Okay. Or Cleoban, I don't know. The town that they told us to go to. So let's have a look around Durford before we go up there. There's a mill and there's all sorts of other bits and pieces. A word.
Hail, traveler.
And what are the odds stuck in this backwater only to meet the famed champion of Defiance Bay? There we go. Barath's wheel brings mercy today indeed. Perhaps you could help. I don't suppose you saw a young elven noblewoman on the road. I'm stuck in this wretched place with the rest of my unit until we find her. I haven't seen anyone like that. Perhaps you could speak with Lord Harond at the inn. He'll be grateful for the assistance, and it could be the locals will open up to you about his daughter's disappearance. More than they have us. We'll try. Let's visit the mill first. I think what we'll do is probably we'll go around Durford, see what it's all about. Is this anyone we can talk to? There's villagers. I don't want to steal from people. I usually do in some of these games, but I feel like we want to try and remain relatively well liked. There's nothing in there. So what else is around? And yeah, we need to stop these Leaden Key people. Because they're dangerous. So we've got a few places further up. We've got an inn, Trigill's Curriery, Hendina's Apothecary, Winfrith's Arms and Armour, and a Grieving Mother. Is that a person, or is it some sort of place? Rumbald, Galloway's Slobbering Beasts, Blazing Bloody Effigy, Thrice Damned Salty Wenchener, Soggy. What's wrong? Monster stole my pigs, traipsed into the village, tore down my pen and made off with the whole damn herd. What are you talking about? An ogre moved into the area not long ago. Folk have been seeing glimpses and tracks out in the wood, but it seemed to be staying away from town, or so we all thought, until it made off with my pigs. Did you see the ogre take your pigs? What else was destroyed my pen and made off with my herd? and at the same time the rest of the village is seeing a 10-foot monster in the forest. It might not have done anything. I knew a few toughs like you during the Saints' War. Which is it, blade for hire or raid for fun? No, it's too late to get my pigs back, but I'd set my mind at ease to see that thing's head shorn from its neck. We sent to find an Orlin named Nifra. Do you know where she is? Never heard of her. What do you know about the ogre? Same as any other, a big ugly son of a bitch with a nasty temper and an appetite to match. Well, if we find the ogre, we'll have a look at it. There's an ogre somewhere nearby, is what he's saying. A couple of villagers standing around, doing not a lot of anything. You must have seen something. So they're still looking for the young noblewoman. This is the inn. Let's go inside it and see what we find out. Always, always, always worth looking in inns. Especially if you're looking for some kind of quest. I do want to check something actually. This is the Dracodian Inn. Let me just check something. Okay. A secret society of Animancers has been travelling around the Eastern Reach, promising to restore life to lost. Okay. We can send someone to look into this. Let's send him. Our upgrades. We are in the middle of building that, and it's going to take a while. Okay, is there anyone... You can usually tell who you need to speak to because it's a named person.
I just want to find her. Surely even you can understand that.
Okay, let's
We're decent folk, my lord. Perhaps you should leave.
see what we can find out. Eorn. Thank you, friend. You give me another chance, and I mean to make the most of it. I've been telling everyone around here about how you helped me. Good. Let's talk to Dengler then. Don't see many travellers these days. Something I can do for you. What happened there? Folk around here's decent. They mind their own business. You want to stick your nose in it, go talk to him yourself. I have questions about Durford. Have you seen an Orlin named Nifra? Twitchy lady, that one. Tell me about the village. Walk from one bridge to the next and you've seen it. We're quite quiet, hard-working folk. We keep to ourselves and don't take to being pushed around. Fair enough. Who lives here? Not many anymore. Hard to keep people around when everyone here is birthing Hollowborn, but we got a few who stick around and do business. Trigal's the leather courier, Hendina crafts potions, and Winfrith trades in general goods. Rumbald's a pig farmer, or was anyway. Tell me about Trigal. He's a courier, treats leather and makes armour and a few other goods with it. Problem is the smell of tallow and deer shit tends to put people off their food. And his shop's right next door. What's Hendina's story? Clever hand with potions and poultices, got herself into trouble with a nest of worms, or so I hear. Her cart's on the east end of town. She looks like she needs help. Winfrith, been around even longer than I have, nice enough fellow, but never could find his way to the end of a sentence. His shop's across the square. Something happened to Rumbald's pigs. Damned ogre carried them off, now he squeals more than his herd ever did. It's rotten luck. You said you don't see many travellers. Of course not, why would they come here? We've got bandits on the road and an ogre in the forest, as that yapping fool Rumbald will tell you. Worse yet, hasn't been a healthy child born here in over a year. Most kith that come here is just passing through. About the ogre. I want to talk about something else. Okay, no, we've done that. Okay. So there we go. This is Lord Harond, who's looking for someone. He's wearing Adir-style robes, simple but elegant. His fine leather shoes look like they were made for padding around indoors, but they're covered in mud.
Is out there. Do they not understand?
My lord.
His child.
We're doing everything we can. Unfortunately, these villagers...
Beasts take them all. I don't care how you do it, but find her. Yes,
The child's missing, I
Lady
take it.
Alice, my daughter. I've asked around, but nobody in this mud hole has any concerns beyond
Okay.
their swine. They turn my men away like beggars and seem downright pleased
Mm-hmm.
to be of no use.
I'm not one of his soldiers. You're right. If you find her, tell her I won't be upset with her. She can come back and all will be well. Just want to make sure she's safe.
Elise.
Tell me about her. She's a striking young woman, bears more resemblance to her mother than to me. She has auburn hair and delicate, well-bred features. She must be, 28 or 29 now. Wait, what? Tell me about her disappearance. We stopped in Durford for a few days. On our 4th evening here, I was making plans to continue our journey. Lady Elise was feeling unwell and went to bed. When I retired a couple hours later, I found she'd vanished. None of my men saw her go, and no one at the inn knew where she was. Why did you come here? A stop along the way to Aina's Rest. She took ill shortly before arrival, so it seemed prudent to allow her a few days to recover. What's in Aina's Rest? Lady Ailish has reached an age where it's prudent for her to marry. Given this legacy business, I can't let her fertile years slip by, nor do I want her womb to fester in the presence of so many Hollowborn. Seems there would be more potential suitors in New Hamar or New Yarma. You think I haven't considered that? Arranging a suitable match is difficult. The best prospects lay in Aina's Rest. There are better roads along the coast. Wouldn't it have been easier to follow them? If I thought that, I wouldn't be slogging through the forest. The main roads are clogged with people fleeing one way or another to try to escape Widewind's legacy. It would be difficult for a caravan like mine to pass. Where's the rest of your family? Lady Howland is ill-suited for travel. Unfortunately, she has few other close relatives. My sister and her husband have been visiting Adair these past months. As for siblings, she has none. Okay. So, we've got to look for his sister. Now, his daughter. Now, he said she was taken from her room in the inn. Let's see if we can look in any rooms in the inn. If we can find where somebody might have been taken. It's a mystery. Who's coming up the stair? What is that? Nifra. The Earlin hovers by the window, peering out of it every few seconds. As you enter the room, she watches you carefully. Anyone follow you? Who sent you? What are you talking about? The man leaning against the wall glances out the door and nods. Some old friends from Defiance Bay are looking for me. We're not exactly friends anymore, if you catch my drift. I'm just trying to lie low and mind my own business. Know what I mean? Boss. Alright. My friend here thinks you could maybe help us out. Now, I'm sure you're a busy man, so I'll make it worth your time. Take a look around town, come back and let me know if the coast is clear, if you see any suspicious figures. Very well. I can report that they're outside. Go east, Medrith's waiting for you west of the river. Alright, don't have much choice. See if you can send him the other way, that should buy me more time. Okay. I'll do that in a minute. Painting portrays the expansive foothills below the mountains of the White March.
I'll give it a try, at least.
Yeah, open that.
As requested.
Won't get far like this.
Nothing particularly useful, but
I can do that.
cannot open that. Let's see, can I do it? Can I do it? No. Who has a better mechanics skill? Does she have a better mechanics skill?
Let's see this stubborn bastard.
No, her mechanics is even worse. I don't think his is any good. What about him?
Try, at least.
Nobody seems to have a great skill with mechanics.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, well we can't do much there. What else is around? These are just people you can talk to about. Yeah, I don't want to do that right now. What is that? Why can't I look at it? There we go. Glass of this window is broken, warped, knotted planks have been nailed over it. I wonder how long ago. But surely she wouldn't be sleeping there. What's in this room? Now that they're gone.
Won't get far like this.
Yeah, there's nothing really to find in here. I thought maybe we'd find some evidence of the girl that went missing. But no. So there's no evidence of anything happening there. We could just go and tell the guy that she went east. What do you think? maybe. Right, well there's nothing to find there. Not really. Apparently he says there's no Hollowborn in Defiance Bay. Well, there are, so... Table's been scarred and stained from decades of use. Sid. A redhead stands by the fire, tuning her lute and plucking its strings. First time at the Dracogen, normally I'd have a song ready, but I haven't quite worked out this tune yet. Writing some chants about the founding of the inn. You interested in the story? Yeah, go on then. Excellent, these rustic fables are always great fun. It was built in the time of Hadrit's Rebellion. Adrian Lady once had a keep here. One of the towers still stands, the rest is said to be buried under the village. Stuck to the side of the Empire, and a contingent of Duke Hadrit's Knights of the Crucible helped the farmers and colonists in the area turn her keep to rubble. Great. I don't want to talk about that. Okay, that's all that person will talk about. I don't think they're blaming anyone, are they? They're just asking if you've seen her. Pace. When you're in the kitchen, Dengler will get you sorted out with food and drink.
Welcome.
Tell me about the daughter. Says she up and went missing the other day. Don't know any more than that. However, these lording bastards handle their affairs ain't no business of mine. You look agitated. Something about this doesn't sit right with you, does it? Damn right I don't. The Lord saunters in here like he's cut from cleaner cloth than the rest of us, and yet... Look, I don't want no trouble from you or him or anybody else. I'm just waiting for him to tire of my ale and leave. So things can go back to normal around here. People know me for my integrity. I swear I'll set this situation to rights. The girl, she was looking to disappear. You should have seen her, watching the door like a sheep at slaughter. All the same, she didn't hardly speak to no one. Only folk I seen her talk to is Trigil. His shop's by the broken tower, a bit of a hothead. Let the matter drop, like I say. Trigil. So I don't want to just send the Lord after him, because he might do something stupid. So let's go instead by ourselves. I just want to pick up any quests that are in this town before we finish today. Okay, what else do we have? I know where she is, or I know where she was. I don't know if she's still there. Do you know what though?
Fragrant.
If this ruin has underground sections, he could have hidden her down there. Let's try, see what happens. Can't find it anywhere, never. Okay, Trigil and somebody else. He's currently busy. Stay at my private quarters, that goes for you and Harron's bootlickers. Not in your private quarters. You're looking to purchase some leather? What can you tell me about Ailish Harrond? Only that her father's men have been banging down the door and stirring up trouble looking for her. I never met her myself. Oh, Dengler told me you were acquainted. Didn't miss much. What exactly did he tell you? He said she was looking for an escape. Her father's dragged her out here to get hitched to some backwoods noble. She wanted an escape alright, and I was happy to give it to her. We snuck across the river a few nights ago for some private time. Come to find out, we weren't exactly alone. An ogre taller than Winfrith's tails sprang out of the forest, and we were so lost in the heat of the moment, we didn't notice it until it was upon us. It grabbed Ailish and disappeared into the night before I could pull my breeches up. Why didn't you tell her father? His lordship's guards have bashed in enough doors looking for the girl. I'm not eager to have them do the same to my head. She could still be alive. I'm in no shape to go after her, but Harron looks like he'd have coppers to spare for anyone who found her. Others around here have seen the ogre east of town, took most of Rumbald's pigs just the other day. If someone were to find it, there'd be a lot of grateful people. Show me what you got for sale, just out of interest. And I've got some stuff to sell anyway, so... Some slightly better armour that he's got. Oh, a troll hide belt. Okay, that's obviously all he has, but I do want to sell him some stuff before we go too far. Yeah. I didn't want that. What did I just... No, I don't want to... How did that even happen? Why did it... That's so stupid. Ooh, what's that? Some clothing. Oh yeah, all these Zorip weapons I've still got. Still think that's going to be useful for someone. Got some chicken. I have that. It's not worth anything. Somehow I missed those 2 shields. What's that? Bulwark against elements. There we go. Yeah, it's fine, get rid of it. Now we'll just go to the stash as well, because there's some stuff we can sell from here. Basically all of this, because it's fairly worthless. There we go. Blood Legacy. So he's given us a bit more of information on where the girl might be. With the ogre. An ogre stealing a nobleman's daughter. If he's in a swamp, I don't know what to think about that. This is this person that they said had some problems.
Greetings.
Just ventured into town. I'm about dry on some of my stocks. You're welcome to have a look-see. I'm looking for a miss... No, I know where she is. And why are your stocks limited? It's the damn roads. Can't reach none of my suppliers, so I'm stuck with whatever I can scrounge up in the wood. Deercap, riverreed and the like. It's well and good, but most potions require something stronger too. Troll skin, vessel bone, what have you. And then there's the really rare ingredients, things you'd never be able to afford, let alone find on your own. What did you find? Keeping an eye on a drake's nesty to town at Durford Crossing. The beast stayed long enough to lay a clutch and moved on. Thank goodness it wasn't the fully grown dragon. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Sorry, I keep hitting that. Fresh eggs are much more useful than the ones that get passed between merchants or left in nests for weeks or more, and that clutch looked to be at its peak. I could get an egg for you. Sure hope you're not leading me on. I don't think I could stand getting burned again. If you really mean to go after it, I'd certainly pay you. How did you get burned? How did you get burned? By the flame, how bad does it look? Just say it. I know you'll tell me straight. It looks like it hurts. It's a soft way of putting it. Told you about my running with the worms. I reckon you put the rest together already. Okay. I'll take a look at that. There's one more place, 2 more places I want to look at here. The armory... Was this the grieving mother that I was talking about? Yes, this middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separating stringy, colourless vegetables in the pile before her, stripping the heads off long fibrous stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables in a small cradle-like basket. She doesn't greet me. Excuse me. She doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables. She seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most. Yet suddenly I notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pots are missing. She pays me no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing. Like many of the townsfolk I've seen, there's a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with the threads that lack colour and a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she's half-minded or deaf, but something feels wrong. As I watch her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and I have a suspicion that something lurks beneath what my eyes are showing me. Her brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. Follow the streams of her locks. The hairs become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver and wrapping around her hands. She's forming a soul cradle, braiding a net, each finger long and sharp. Like knitting needles, the silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver predominating as a highlight. Suddenly I'm calm on a plateau, almost at the height of a tower. Several stories high, the plateau is like a table, lying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounding it in all directions, a forest hazy with mist. Resting in the middle is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention. The plateau soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath is rough and warm. I feel different, not disembodied, but I feel my body. And I hear a soft series of chimes. Focus on the chimes. It coaxes me deeper into the memory. On the stone of a plateau, knees on the warm texture of the ground, glistening in the sun. Still weaving. The hands you're wearing and inhabiting have done this many times, and a child. Focus on the child. Draw the child forth. Hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft wet rope. No, an umbilical cord. Holding a small child. The child cries out. The soul's blurred at the edges of him viewing a soul from within a soul, but it's there, it's alive. The woman is weeping. I surrender the child to her, something I've done many times before, and as my hands move, the chimes echo the movement. They're hanging from the cords on our wrists. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world. The woman laughs with a ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. But the child is here. The child is safe. Okay. The scene bleeds a colour, and my mind becomes my own. There's no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remains. The sound of the chimes is sharp and clear, as if coaxing me back to the real world. She still sits before me, but she's nothing like what I first saw. She lifts her head, and I see that her hair is draped across her face like a veil. First saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious. Realise what you see is not what the world sees, and you're perhaps the first to see her true self. What did you do to me?
The eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
I see. There's a light touch on my mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air between us.
Memories. Cadence of wheels in a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone.
And a storm.
The storm that
Yeah.
reached you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful.
I encountered a bivouac. It did something to me. Cheekbones tight, face gaunt.
You are able to see me.
I am able to see her.
Seeing is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
Was I helping a woman give
So
birth?
many questions, thoughts,
Storm still rose
words,
through me, deep beneath my
stories.
thoughts, muted and
The
secret.
fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is
My power will grow stronger with each soul I touch. Do you wish to travel with me? She will be one of our companions now. She's a cipher. That's good. We'll keep the group we've got right now. So there we go, we've got somebody else to join us. Right, so we're going to travel here. Who's that? Person looks very pale. Come on, inside the arms and armoury with Winfrith. It's the last place we'll visit in town, and then I'll go up to the top and tell those people something, and then we'll finish up for the night. It's just a small shop anyway.
Hail and well met.
Show me what you have for sale. What do we have? Two-handed pike. Well, that does a lot of damage. That is moderately better on the lower end of its damage, but meh. There are some good weapons here, but I just don't think... Oh, what's that? One-handed rapier. I don't think... Obviously we've got some gambesons and some other armour. Boots of Zealous Command. And other such items. Nothing particularly of interest, I don't think. So let's go visit those people back up at the top of town to finish up. Tell them something about the person. Say that she'd already left. She went the other way. Maybe they'll believe me. Maybe they won't. So that House Harond guard is wandering around still. Well, no, the ogre didn't take all of his pigs, at least. He still had plenty of them left. Right, so let's just go and talk to these people, and then that'll be our last action. And next time we'll start out on a few of these quests. Okay.
Good day to you.
She snuck out the back of the inn and went north. Did she now? And how would you have known that? Just hoping you believe me. He'll catch up to me. He'll catch up to her. Well, you won't catch up to her because you're going to be dead in a second. And then, you know, they'll have nothing to... Of course, that has ruined our reputation with House Dominel, but never mind. We got Armour of Faith. And that is where we're going to finish for tonight. So what have we got in terms of quests there? And then I need to look at this White March thing, but... We know that the Cleoban Relag is the place we want to go to. Here we have, we can learn about her past as we walk with her. Rumbald's got his pig issue. The ogre has also dealt with this. Probably taking the pig to feed her. We have to go to these cliffs still. That's the master below, and that's that. And in the bottom part, we need to get an egg from a drake's nest. And yeah, we still need to find that. But for now, guys, that's going to be where we stop. I hope you've enjoyed more Pillars of Eternity. And we'll be back with more at some point soon. Let me know if you think maybe I should step away from this for a little while and play something different. But I'm enjoying it so far. I don't know exactly how much more there's going to be of it, but probably quite a lot. So for now, thanks very much for tuning in. If you have enjoyed what you've watched, please feel free to hit that follow button. And if you like, you can also watch this and the other parts of this on YouTube at Supernautus Streams. And if you're watching it there and enjoying it, please feel free to hit that like button and maybe add a subscription. For now though, thanks very much. I'll speak to you later, and good night.